Jolanchu, greetings and welcome to the Star Trek Online Starship Stats Review video, where I am taking no time in introducing you to the Eisenberg Star Cruiser, this year's winter event starship. What? Hang on. It's not Breen or Feclari. What's going on here? You know what? I don't give a damn that it's not either of them. I'm very happy that this is, though a Federation ship, set up as an Alliance vessel and thus available to every faction to fly, and moreover, its design has definitely grown on me. A ship named after and dedicated to one of the most prestigious actors to ever take on a role within Star Trek. Specifically, the role of Nog. A young, cowardly and mischievous Ferengi who came into his own, matured incredibly, learned the true meaning of courage, and became one of Starfleet's greatest captains, if you take the Star Trek Online outcome for him. But even then, within the show, he still showed incredible bravery, incredible ingenuity, the absolute gift of a miracle worker, and potential for command even at such a young age. Nog is definitely among my favourite characters, so I have a ship like this from him. It says everything to me. Now, before we go any further, I do just want to state right now, a tiny warning. This could be a longer video because, well, this ship has interesting stats, and because of the respect of this ship, I feel that there is a necessity to hold towards the positivity of this ship, but there are some negative attributes that really, I can't do a fair review without addressing them. There are also some thoughts that I have for the ship, and I'm going to voice them. But that will simply make this video a little bit longer, alongside that vengeance below me. Before that happens, please allow me to say a thank you to Negus, Dante Demonic, Skyhawking, Tribal Typhoon, XG Blackbird, Travis Games, Spike, Captain Rig, Miss Future Teach, Fox Blaze Games, and Lord Arminger for their incredibly generous support that helps to make this video and all other reviews and other videos on this channel possible. With that being said, let us begin. Stage 1, customization. Stage 2, stats, console and trait. Stage 3, taker interaction, and final scoring. Now, yes, I had the Ferengi vanity shield on this ship. Can you blame me? The ship is dedicated to a Ferengi. It had to have that vanity shield on it. My ship here in the Federation character is called the USS Heroic. I have a new main character that I'm currently leveling up and working on. That ship hasn't got a name yet, so guys, if you want to, comment section below, give me a name for my version of this ship, for my main captain. Can we please appreciate certain details? Like the balloon glow up there, which will disappear the moment I put on another 32nd century hull. Intriguing. But there is a, if you look carefully, a white glow over it. So a force field is definitely there, or something is there. Now, customization on the ship is very limited due to its place in the game. There's no way around it, really. So, let's be fair. The 32nd Century Starfleet hull is available for the ship alongside Ambassador, Defiant. Defiant looking pretty good on the ship, if you ask me. You have the NX looking pretty nice. Galaxy is definitely probably my second most fond one. It's intriguing to have a blue impulse array at the back there. Sovereign pops the best on this ship, but yeah, that's neither here nor there. If you want to try Type 7A on the ship, that looks quite good too. If you want one that looks really good, check out the Section 31 hull. Oh, that's a pretty one. It basically puts black covers on all of the facades and the impulse arrays, turning those into, I believe, red rings. Then the cells themselves stay blue, and you get little red rings for the facade collectors too. It looks really good. Outside of that though, as you can see, our customization is limited from that point onwards. We appear to have 7 window types you can have on the ship. And you do get the Walker Bridge, but it does seem to be a shame they have yet to introduce a 32nd Century Bridge for the 32nd Century ships. Or they could at least use the Temple Bridge. I mean, come on. The Temple Bridge would do a magnificent job on these ships. So throw that one in there. Why not? Or Kit Bash. I don't know. Kit Bash, the Discovery theme on top of the Voyager bridge. There you go. That will work. No, Sovereign. On top of the Sovereign. That's a much better bridge type. I don't know why I said Voyager. Customization is really poor in this ship, but at least we can see this. She looks the part. No matter which hole you put down on her, she looks brilliant. She's grown on me, and the only niggly bit I now have for her is that tail either need to be matched in length from the upper half. You could have brought that part of the hole back and matched it in length. Probably would look better. Or they should have put the tail on the upper half and put the impulse array down here below and like a small fin or something, and that would definitely look a lot better to me. Oh my god, I've just got that image in my head and now it feels Star Wars-y. Yeah, that's probably why I didn't do it. Oh well, out. So, time for the stats. And, well, this is why I said the video could be long. Now, come on. Let's keep in mind Nog. Why did I describe him like this little Ferengi, mischievous troublemaker? He was incredible by the end of Deep Space Nine. An absolute hero. Frankly speaking, this ship should reflect what Nog was like by the end. He had endured, faced many trials, and came out of them stronger than ever before. He had incredible prowess when it came to tactics. He was creative, constructive, and very analytical, making him perhaps one of the best strategists, even if he didn't really get to properly shine in that. And moreover, as an engineer, he was a master. Hell, he was mentored by one of the greats. So, come on. Yet what we ended up here with, for a ship to represent him, is a ship with the weakest, one of the weakest shield modifier stats for a cruiser, and it is a cruiser, but an impressive turn rate. And then something stupid on the bridge officers. And frankly, the console seatings do not reflect Nog. They do not reflect Nog at all. Nog wasn't someone who went in the science side of things and went, yep, I'm good at research. No, Nog was straight up an operations or engineering mastermind with the ability to fight. So in my opinion, this ship should have been a miracle worker vessel, a full miracle worker, and it should have had either a 4-3 or a 5-3 weapons layout, and its consoles should have been a 4 tactical, 4 engineering, 3 science, and 1 universal. Or if you didn't want to make it full miracle worker, that 1 universal should have been sitting there on the engineering piece, because that's just Nog. However, with those little nitpicks said, this ship, the Eisenberg Star Cruiser, is a tier 6 cruiser with a hull modifier at level 65 of 63,000. Sorry, a hull at level 65 of 63,000. Its hull modifier is 1.4. Shield modifier 0.95. Turn rate 10. Impulse modifier 0.18. Inertia rating 60. Bonus power settings apply +5 to all power settings as per typical to a cruiser, with a 4-4 weapons layout, another typical cruiser layout. For device slots, its consoles are 3 tactical, 4 engineering, 4 science. Being a 1st and 2nd century Federation vessel, it comes with the 32nd century Federation battle cloak. Full cruiser package with weapon system efficiency, shield frequency modulation, strategic maneuvering, the attract fire ability. Of course, it has also got the cruiser package mastery. And the main things to take away from this then is the bridge officers. What the? With a ensign engineering with command specialization. Get back to that in a second. A lieutenant tactical. Get back to that in a second. 2 lieutenant commanders, 1 science, 1 universal with miracle worker specialization, and finally, as expected at the highest rank, the commander seat is engineering. Overall, this means this for the vessel, and it's not all bad. Now, I like Oggy's joke that they've Augment Dictator Games, he made a joke that they clearly made the ensign command specialization to nudge him. A little bit of a shunt at him. I've done that a couple of times lately. But unfortunately, this is one of those situations where I've really got to agree. The command specialization on an engineering seat makes the command specialization nearly irrelevant. It's no matter what option you go for there, really, you're not going to actually benefit. You really need lieutenant at minimum with command to get something decent out of it. And as far as the engineering seating goes, yeah, you could do emergency power to engines or emergency power to shields. Both are quite useful to have, even at rank 1. But that kind of takes a specialization seat and negates it. Honestly, that specialization, the command, that one I feel like should have been on the universal seat. And I feel like the miracle worker should have been on the engineering seat. Just because. That would have made the ship far better and far more accurate to Nog that way. But I guess it's because Nog only really took command power later in life. I'm guessing the ensign seat is a nudge to, in Star Trek Online at least, Nog is still kind of a rookie captain. He's a young captain. Hasn't got a lot of experience on the captain's chair yet. However, taking all of that aside, this ship is still very, very capable in energy builds. Can't equip dual cannons, fine. But I tell you what, with that high maneuverability, this ship sings for the forward arc. And I will bring up a way I used to play. I used to use cruisers, 4-4 layout, very regularly, with a forward biased arc. I'd have two turrets and 2 omnis on the aft. Sometimes 3 if I used a kinetic guiding beam. And I'd have 3 dual beams on the front, 1 torpedo. That was my standard layout for my typical energy builds, and is still, I would say, a great layout to use if you are support DPS. Now, this ship does want to do broadsiding very well, and in my base testing I did of it, even at standard level, broadsiding is definitely one of the strongest suits. If you take your atypical PvE environment and how fast most of those enemies will move, if you go stationary and just rotate the ship, you'll find that any ship trying to get around you will not be able to get out of your broadside arc should you start turning once they're in it. Adaptively, that turn rate of 10 is very handy. We can also then take in the fact that it doesn't take a lot to give this ship such advanced turn rate that it can easily utilize a forward firing arc, and very easily, for that reason, in my opinion, works well as a DPS combo hybrid DPS as a whole tank or as a support vessel. It does all 3 incredibly well. This results in my final scoring in each environment for the ship being straightforward, and forgive me for the one bad score. As a tank, despite its weak shields, I will still score it 8 out of 10 because, thanks to some little bit of research I've done within shield tanking recently and found some extra consoles that utilise engineering to reinforce that, this ship is still capable of making very strong tank builds in combination, and it's actually one of the very few ships in this game that can combo tank and control or tank and EPG very effectively. Very effectively. As a result, yeah, 8 out of 10, tank. Yeah, definitely 8 out of 10. Support. It goes miles in support. Absolutely miles. Great turn rate, great endurance, great flexibility and potential. Support. This ship gets 9.5 out of 10 from me. Especially for its console. Especially for its trait. This is one of the ships to get for support builds, which is kind of funny because that would make, I believe, the 4th event ship to get in this game that is an excellent support vessel, alongside such as the Kobali Samsar, except for this one smashes the Kobali Samsar. Then there's DPS. Now I'm going to be honest, side DPS from this ship is very good. You can easily come up with multiple side DPS style builds and get effective outputs. Tactical DPS on the other hand. Now yes, upgrading the ship will get you up to 4 tactical consoles, and thanks to its high turn rate, you can go for a forward arc style. kind of a shame that you're lacking one forward arc weapon, but hey, 4-3 is a norm with that, so 4-4, you're just gaining an extra turret or a kinetic beam, it's fine. I wouldn't go for the, what I'm guessing is the DPS meta. It seems to be kinetic builds, but energy, 100% fine on the ship. DPS for me, sorry, 7 out of 10. Now, do not take from the 7, the 8, and the 9.5 that this ship is going to score sort of in the mid there, because the looks and how you get this ship is giving it a major bonus, but that's for the end of the video. We'll get there when we get there. For now, from the stats piece of it, let's jog over and take a gander as such at the console and trait. So, learning a bit of long-standing lesson, let's actually be down on ground so that I can see its base stat rather than its the stat I get from it. We have the Great Material Continuum, which is brilliant in my mind purely because that is such an epic nod to the Ferengi. I'm not sure it can be beat. Okay, there's ways to beat it. The rules of acquisition. Passive ability of +2 to all power settings and +2.8 to Starship Drain Expertise. The active ability of this console is absolutely brilliant for support players. Okay for tanks, not really one for DPS. The Great Material Continuum ability is a PB AoE physical damage and temporary HP for self and team, hence why it's great for support. Up to 10 foes within 5 kilometers, you can do almost 250.5 physical damage, ignoring shields each second for up to 15 seconds. Once the ability is deactivated, you can deactivate this at almost any time. To yourself and to all player teammates, you gain the temporary hit points for 20 seconds equal to the amount of physical damage dealt by this console. Now, I would like to note this now. I can get almost 1,000 physical damage per second from this console with my current setup. If you take down the key, and what you could actually get with a build that focuses on augmenting physical damage, it's possible to turn this into an incredibly useful support console. It has one major weakness though. To really get the best out of this console, you are forced to either use control abilities yourself, hence why this isn't really one I would say for tanks, since a tank will always be out-controlled by the control boat, and therefore it's better for the tank just to simply fly alongside a control boat. However, this would mean flying alongside the control boat, waiting for them to proc the ability, and then getting yourself as quickly into the control field so that you can then trigger this off to get the maximum number of targets. Yeah, that's a great weakness in my opinion. However, if you are the control boat on the field, bearing in mind with this ship, you wouldn't get the best out of this, but add this to a science ship with gravity well 3, for example, it's possible to chain a combination between this and the right space trait, or starship trait, and gravity well to get some incredible EPG damage combined with excellent support to the entire team. I know I've taken a long time, or I'm very long-winded talking about this console, but I really want to make it clear. Don't underestimate the usefulness of this console if you're a support player, or if you're a control type player. Now, away from this, because that's more than enough said on that, by the way. Tactical, 2 out of 10. Tank, 5 out of 10. Support, 9.5 out of 10. The trait of this ship, is ingenious tenacity. Nog described. Specialist bridge officer abilities all grant energy damage absorption. This is more of a shield tank trait. However, there's a problem with it. Activating a bridge officer ability causes incoming energy damage to restore 40% of that damage to the facing shields it hit for 6 seconds. Now, what this means is, of the 100% of damage dealt to the shields, only 60% will damage the shields, the other 40% is going to be absorbed and restore the shields. In essence, the outcome is actually still weakening the shields. Because, based on my shield tank friend that has already managed to unlock this and tested it, her response was, it's not actually that great of a trait for shield tanking. It's not doing what you'd hope it would do. As a result, it slows the damage effect to shields, but there are many, many better traits for shield tanking that you can select that will do better than this. Oh, I say many, there ain't actually that a lot, but there's enough that although this could be a good one to slot, but for a budget build, this is definitely a good trait for you. If you're going for the very high-end shield tanking, look elsewhere. As a result, DPS score for this trait, well, DPS score is obvious, 0 out of 10. Do not use this trait on DPS. For support builds, 1 out of 10. Again, don't use it for support builds. For tanks, 5 out of 10. So the one it's more aimed towards, it still doesn't score well with. It's a shame. It's another weak spot of this ship. If it was a bit better, like it was 50% or 60% of incoming damage to restore the shields, that would actually give a period where you're actually recovering more shields than you're losing, and it's only the hull taking damage. That would have made this trait brilliant. Would have easily got it up to 8 or 9 out of 10. But unfortunately, no. Still, that being said, at least it's a good budget build one that's easy to access. With that being said, I believe it's time for me to show off what this ship can do. Right, let's do this. Oh, first thing I need to show off is probably one of my favourite aspects to this specific console. Damn, this ship is actually quick. Hello. Ready for it? Oh, they just detected me. How quaint. Let's get full effectiveness out of this. Yeah, let's decloak. Well, isn't that nice? Nearly took them down. Well, took them down below a quarter. That's fine. Could you guys all just gather over there a second, please? And goodbye. Hello over there, how are you doing? Getting a bit stuck? Oh, am I using a forward attack arc? Don't mind this Ferengi vessel, I'm coming to hurt you more. Galore class, aren't you just the stunning precepts of get lost? Bye bye. Coming through. Coming through. I swear these guys make it too easy sometimes. Get out of my face. Oh, bye. Come down here and just wipe them out, because why not? Come on, I want to fight you. You've been dragged away. Get off my sensor node. Get off me other sensor node. Goodbye. You suck. I'm gonna give the ship this credit. It's so damn fun to fly. And it just makes things way too easy. Like, literally, way too easy. So much so that I cannot score this ship badly. I can't do it. It's just not going to happen. I am not going to do that to this ship. It is too damn good and too damn fun. Let me put it this way. Do I recommend getting her? Of course I do. She's a free ship in the game. Now, I got her with Lobby. I spent 1,000 Lobby to pick her up. That's to get her straight away. Fine, whatever. That was my choice to make. You don't have to do that. It's a 20 event credits needed. So, earn the 20 credits. Should take you 20 days at the maximum. And you've got this ship. You've got a ship with a pretty good console for support. Great support potential itself. And as far as things go, it's a really fun, flexible ship. She's a lot better than a lot of people seem to think she was going to be. Actually, she's a lot better than I thought she was going to be. And trust me, her looks grow on you. I am so fond of this ship, and I'm really going to enjoy flying her. I think she's going to be one of my mains for a little bit. Now again, I will say this, she is definitely a support vessel above all else. She's a good tank. Her weakness is in DPS, but that's kind of to be expected. However, though I wouldn't recommend kinetic builds, she is a very good energy build vessel. Very good energy build. And can utilise broadside and forward arc. So don't worry about that. As far as side goes, she will fulfill all side roles easily. And as far as tanking goes, don't worry about shield tanking, but hull tanking, definitely a good thing for her. My final score for her, as a result, she's a free ship that immediately gained a bonus points. 9.5 out of 10. 100% a must acquire ship and an absolute beauty in the game. As it should be. Absolute great work with this one, Cryptic. Can't sing you enough praises. There are a few things I'd recommend that you had changed, but we still ended up with an amazing ship and well worth the time and effort it takes to acquire. Hopefully guys, you found this video informative and helpful. I apologise for its length. I do try to keep the length down, but unfortunately I also aim to be as detailed as possible. There's a lot of YouTubers out there that do the quick, here's the stats and what it means videos that literally do 15 minutes. I like to show you as much as I can do and actually give some backup behind what I'm saying, so that's why my videos are longer. The fact that you are still sitting here at this time listening to me waffle, I really appreciate. You're mad. With that being said, guys, again, comment section below, let me know what you think of the ship, what you like, what you dislike. Please give me some ideas for names, because I really do need a name for this ship. And keep it respectful. Bear in mind what the ship represents, please. Finally, can I just say once again, a massive thank you to the generosity of the people that have donated this channel to help make this video possible and help achieve Shadowstar's dream. From that point, can I just say, till next time, ciao for now. I hope those that have joined the crew have chosen to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you don't miss out on the future missions. And to everyone, live long and prosper. And remember, keep an eye on the Ferengi. They're cunning and troublesome individuals.